Tea time with Rocky. No, Rocky, that's fine. Have Jamie. Tea time with Jamie. No tea, that's fine. Have coffee. Hello, Katie. 180. I was going 100. I hit 180 on the motorway the other day. And my driving instructor was like, "Stop playing darts and look at the road." Real funny times. Funny times. Let's go. Love this dream. Love this dog. I suck at using chopsticks. See, chopsticks are actually a lot easier than you think. If you're doing it wrong, you're probably overthinking it. Jimmy! We have once again started the battle for 180. Taking the battle to the 180s. We're taking it to your 180 substitute TA teacher. Yes, I'm the substitute teacher. I'm a lot different from my other substitute teacher in that I'll slap you about the head if you're not listening. And I don't really care about, what's it called? That workplace safety stuff. Bing bong, tea and coffee time. AB Lopez, you legend. Rocky Outcrop. Jamie, how's Rocky doing? He's sat here now. It's a lot better than he was, but he's still completely wiped out and on all of the medication. Jamie made that 181 pre-market call. It was pretty awesome to see it. Amazing. Great job, Jamie. Thanks, L. Baker Matthews. Thanks. Thank you very much. Yes, it was a good call. It was quite epic, really, to get that move, call that move, and say that it was going to happen before markets open, and to have said it and then watched the market close and said it when the volume was completely flat to the point where I was getting messages on everywhere saying, this is real strange anomaly, the volume's so flat. And I'd made a crazy pre-market, post-market call. And it still happened. That's what happens. And people yet still, the most common argument I'll have to face between now, next week, and maybe the day I die will be that TA doesn't work, which is a conversation I've had thousands of times. And that has evolved into TA doesn't work on meme stocks for absolutely no reason. That conversation has come from nowhere, means nothing, and is perpetuated by people who themselves can't be bothered doing the TA. Hope you're taking care of yourself, Rocky Outcrop. I hope he is too. Hope you're feeling better, Rocky. Look at all those lovely messages. Praying for you. Glad you're doing better, Rocky Outcrop. Lovely messages. Thanks, Grace Foundation, Eddie B. Tradespotting. Right again. What a legend you are, sir. Thanks, Vic Vince. Well, I'm Rocky's brother, right? Rocky's brother. He's so right. It just rubs off on me a little bit. Price does want to go up, Kitty. All logical, rational targets are to the upside. TA doesn't work unless it's Scottish TA. Fapping it knows the chat. Lol, TA seems to be spot on for me. I don't know what's going on, right? Maybe we're just all really crazy. Rocky Crop, Jamie, can you please come out on VWAP versus Crown's EMA versus Bollinger Bands? How they differ and when you like to use each and which ones you use most and why? Huh? Rocky's done a video on this. Very comprehensive video. Why don't you get that link and share it there for Stefan in the chat, Rocky? Rocky's done a video on this. My brief comment is VWAP is fucking shite unless you're day trading. And I know people have tried to make it work for other reasons, and I know they've strung it across other markets, and I know they've made adaptations, but I've been doing this for years and years and years, and know that the things they're trying to do with it are done better with other things. I know that I wouldn't compare the VWAP to Crown's EMAs. I would say, like, the type of signals the VWAP gives you would be most similar to the type of signals that Crown gives you on his Joule, or that perhaps Rocky's like got a similar, different types of ways of working things out, but gives similar signals at similar times would be Rocky's RSI EMA would be like a more appropriate comparison, probably. And then, but what do I think of Crown's EMAs? Well, it's like the best thing about it is that you can fit loads of different EMAs into one indicator because of the template system it's got there, and it's fairly easy to change the period, look back period on them, and so that's handy. And also it's Crown's, and he's a legend, so props to him. And then Bollinger Bands, like I use Bollinger Bands for 2 or 3 different things, right? The things that most people use Bollinger Bands for, I think the Donchian channels are better. The things that less people use Bollinger Bands for measuring like huge, crazy breakout moves. Like that's less common way of using it. That's how I use it. I find it to be really robust on certain time frames, looking for certain closes above and below top or bottom Bollinger Bands. I also find it's quite easy to use it. It's like how it tests the basis line, comes out of it and whatnot. And, you know, a lot of my knowledge about Bollinger Bands and things like that, quite implicit, you know, like I've never like gone out of my way to teach it to people. So I suppose I could do that at some point. That'd be a good shout. So like those three things that you talk about there, Stefan, Rocky's got a really good video which he'll share that you'll like a lot if it's the one I think he's talking about. And then my thoughts are VWAP, VV, crowns, EMAs. Like you're talking really mostly about moving averages and the VWAP, which is better. Answers the moving averages. Like it by a billion, trillion, gazillion light years, right? There is no comparison with regards to what's going to give you better trades. The VWAP's like a secondary or third indicator for people who are day trading, right? That's what it's best used as. And people who put it as like the primary function of their TA are like on a journey learning how to use it as best they can, and they're doing really well with it, and they may ultimately understand a lot more about it than me, but at that point of their TA journey, it will be, you know, it will not be the most important indicator they're using. I spent a lot of time with the VWAP, right? It's just like it's just now getting like way too much credit. It doesn't deserve it. It's just because people are using it a lot. People who use other people's TA then learn from them and go on with that and stuff. It's the EMAs are better, right? Long before, right? No offense, Crown, obviously, right? Years and years before Crown was doing stuff, there would be EMAs. And that's like, there's no offense because Crown is one of the people who inspire me. Total hero, love the guy. And if you ever knows I exist, hopefully it's with positive thoughts about him. And so that's that. And what did I say about the moving averages? You've got double moving average strategy, triple moving average strategy, moving average crosses, and you've got things on different time frames. You've got golden crosses, death crosses, right? I mean, you're not going to compare like the total functionality of the EMAs against the VWAP. That'd be silly. The VWAP only does one little thing, like it's the volume weighted moving average for the price on that particular day. The exponential moving averages are much better for analyzing trend, you know, and I'm a trend trader, and even a day trader using the VWAP will have their trend indicators ahead of their like daily volume ones, right? This is like, it's like if you're playing a song, right, and you're putting like when it comes to the VWAP, right, that's like just like balancing between your speakers or whatever, right? You've got to choose the music beforehand and choose the volume and everything else. Like it's like way, way, way down the line, VWAP stuff. Jamie Rocky, it's kind of hard to miss the sarcasm. I'm going through the library at the minute and he hasn't missed apart from 680 incoming. Missed apart from the 600, what is, who hasn't missed what? What isn't, who hasn't missed what? Who isn't? Probably that was me. You're looking at me. It's the 680 target that we're all going to go to as we on the way up. Yeah, well, that's the sort of target that it can still be hit, right? Especially recently. I totaled a car in my driving lessons and never went back. Also high. Ha ha, H. Jones. Well, you know, these are hard moments, but I reckon you're over that probably by now, H. I reckon you'd now love the thrill of passing that test after all that. I think so. Brave DeLorean Buck 499. This is a get well heart for Rocky. Rocky, you see that? That's nice. Rocky Outcrop sending you good vibes your way. Hope you're well. From Daniel. That's lovely. Merrick, I want to keep my beer mug, but not as much as I want you to receive YouTube's 30%. Feel better, Dr. Outcrop. Merrick, what does that mean? Does anyone here remember when I did that epic comparison of channel indicators? Cool, Rocky's talking. Rocky's using his own name to chat now. That's excellent. So there you go. You've got Rocky in all types and all forms. I'm a newbie to trading and just heard about washout scanners this morning. I plan on looking into these since my chart reading skills are poo. Just wondering everyone's thoughts on them. Washout scanners. Well, I know what scanners are, but what's a washout scanner exactly? Stefan S, please refrain from yeah, shut up, Streamlabs. I'm in the Discord now, under my name now, fellas. Sweet. Awesome. See you there, Merrick. Glad you're feeling better today, Rocky. Okay, great. And I think I've missed something. No bad, mate. Fibonacci. Dave B, good to see you, buddy. Chris Gay. How you doing, Chris Gay, legend? Hope you're doing better. Thanks. Daniel, the lucky fire. So I tried washing my hands in the toilet per your recommendation. And GME is surging, not changing things now. Thanks for the insight. You're welcome, Daniel. You see, a lot of people, it's counterintuitive, right? You know, people clean their toilets. I do, certainly. And the water that goes into it's obviously fresh from the same place as the water that comes out your tap. So you can just lap that toilet water up, Daniel. You'll be fine. And GME's doing fabulous. Back at 180, get the fuck out of my garden, right? And then where are we going to after that? 186, and then it's like if you can maintain 185, then it's 195, 96, 97, 97.5. That's where we're aiming for. Open and close there, then you've got real. That's when you really start saying, right, well, open and closes. Recovered an area of which was previously support, turned resistance, now support again. We've put in divergence, confirmed our local low. And all those other indicators we've been talking about recently, you know, those people in those trades, it took them for those reasons. They're all getting like such good news. And so many of them were not influenced by our video, Rocky and I's video, but they did think, you know, these two maybe know what they're talking about. And they too agreed with our analysis and did go long and are now holding lots and lots of extra value. So it's really great, you know, really great. Some of us are waiting for the price to go up before we're like, yes, this is amazing, this is awesome. Other people like, trust me, don't trust me, whatever. Other people entered here, 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 and here, and they're delighted at the minute, really delighted. AMC doing well today as well. AMC killing it. Yeah, it needs to get up 38 there. Does that 38.50? Then we're like, I've got this line did it. This was me, right? I'm sure this would have been me. We recovered that. Awesome. Now we're aiming for 43. And then you're aiming for up here. This is Rocky's work here, this part. Aiming here. $50. Well, Rocky getting sick, but still calling price action beforehand, huh? Not bad. Support here, aiming here. Well, you can't argue with that, right? It sort of speaks for itself. Is Rocky good at TA? Oh my goodness. Right? Look at that. Yeah, Rocky said, tasty buy down here, Friday stream, drew it all in, prices went there and came up here. And Rocky does this now. Imagine, right? Imagine there is, I know you and I all know the truth, right? That you can do this, you can change your life, you can make loads of money, you can support your kids and your family, and you can stop listening to your boss and stuff like this. And you can do it whenever suits you, right? You can sit down at the computer and do it whenever suits you. If you get good and well practiced at it, you can sit down for 15 minutes, set up your alerts, and then go on holiday, right? Maybe Valaderos in Cuba. The beaches are really nice there. And your whole life can be paid for by your own knowledge and your own ability to do this. It's brilliant. Some people don't know that, and they go out and they work for the man all the time, all day, for shit all money, year after year, decade after decade, and then they retire with nothing and spend that measly amount until they die. Maybe they've been in debt their whole life because they've had to pay for the opportunities that they think are theirs and should rightfully have been for free. I bought a bunch at 156 pre-market a few days ago, scared people. And then you two came on with the tag team tea and I was able to keep the food down again. Yeah, that's the thrill of it. Well done, Daniel. Yeah, it's great. You get a plan, you stick to it, and then you can still experience your emotions, but know that you're not going to compromise your strategy because of your emotions. And then, you know, they can be scared, they can be excited, they can be whatever, and afterwards you're like, wow. And don't let anybody tell you it's not work. It's hard work. Well done, Daniel. You're a legend. Shall we do some technical analysis and then I'll be able to like go and do my stream afterwards. Right, so this is the technical analysis starting now. This is it, folks. I'm going to turn off this because, sure, I called the price action, but whatever. You were there, you saw it, you weren't, you'll probably argue with me. And here we are on the charts. Well, we do it the way we did it yesterday, starting on the 15 minutes, working our way up. But no one's talking back to me. I asked you a question. Right, I'm going to just do it that way. tea time with Rocky. No, Rocky, that's fine. Have Jamie. I'm Jamie, standing in for Rocky. He's got septicemia and nearly died. So I'm standing in for him to make sure that we never break the chain. And then later on, I'll be back on my channel. So thanks very much for tuning in. If you're live, hi again. And if you're catching us for the first time or watching this afterwards, thanks for stopping by. Please like and subscribe. This is a TA. We're starting on GME. We're on the 15 minutes, and we can see that since our highs up here, we came down, touched around 156 level, where good friend Daniel picked up even more shares. Since then, prices have come back up, and we're looking for them to reclaim the 236, and that's at around 190 bucks. There's different ways of drawing this Fibonacci. It could be instead from top of this breakdown here, or alternatively, you could be thinking it's like you're measuring it from here, at which point, case we've covered above the 236. Also, touched off the 382, the 382 here, and looking at the 0.5 above us for what would be the 236 on that bigger Fibonacci. And that's only the 0.5. The truth is, on this one, you're likely to go up and hit around 201, 202. So what may transpire from those two fibs, the big one, the middle-y one, and the small-y one, three little piggies, is that these areas are all relevant still across the Fibonaccis. And so an open and close above 185 takes you to that 190, open and close, which takes you to the 201, and there may be bounces up and down between them, right? Now, that's probably what's going to happen with price action today, but we'll go on and we'll look at some more things. Up on the 1 hour, Jamie Power. Yo. Sorry, I was leaving what Rocky was saying in chat there. On the 1 hour, you can see this looks very neat. You can see how these Fibonacci's, well, you can't, but if you recognize patterns, you might be able to see that these things are very similar. Fibonacci's controlled this up and down, they're controlling this up and down. And within that, you could say that they maybe have Fibonacci extension targets, right? You could draw those on as a Fibonacci extension. Or you could just add on extra targets to the Fibonacci you're using at the minute. And we'll say it's this one, and we'll say it went to its, we'll say it's happening from, we'll go back down here and put it on properly from the smaller time frames. The 0. Yes, and so we'll zoom out again to the 4 hour now that that's all accurate, and you can see where are the extension targets on this thing. Well, they come in at around, the first one comes in at around 500 and something bucks right now. Yeah, it's higher than 500 bucks. Is it by a lot? Yeah, maybe even like up to 10% or more, but that's not really the point. It's over 500 bucks. And at some point up there, you're in blue sky breakout. Things could go crazy, but it's likely you touch something like a Fibonacci level up here and then retrace to test support, after which point things could go absolutely bonkers. And trying to manage that as a paper-handed fanny is going to cost you more money through opportunity than you'll make through compounding any trade. So don't be silly. Play it simple and smart. And we don't buy up here when we could be buying down here, right? Now, and think about holding to up here, right? That's that's how you make money. Not by like trying to get in and out of trades. Oh, I'm getting in and out of trades. I'll be a paper-handed fanny. Oh, I'll get in. I'll imagine I'd made how much money I'd made if I'd sold it there and bought it here and sold it there and bought it here. That's not how trading works. That's gambling. That's like the path you go down and lose all your money. Anyone who tells you that different or argues that with me is going to look fucking stupid, because the way you make money trading is by cutting your losers and letting your winners run. And when that comes to GME, letting your winners run couldn't be easier, guys. Couldn't be easier, right? And there is no such thing as a loser here, so great news. And yes, so that's what you're looking at. That's what you're aiming for. That's a 15-minute, the 4 hour, and we'll go into the daily and say, well, you know, what are we seeing here? Let's get some indicators up. We've got, oh, nice one. Rocky's got caretakers indicators. I like this. Had some large divergence. Got this potential bullish divergence coming in if we can get higher here. Let's see how that looks. You've got this, obviously. Was it me that drew this? Everything looks fine on the daily chart. We're covering this moving average. Rocky's got them different from mine, so I'll just check. 50 period and a 200 period. Okay. So, positive splay, positive slope. They both represent very strong positive trend. We'll recover that. It's at 208, 209. That'd be very positive. The 618 on this Fibonacci, should you be taking it from, as we did at the top of this move, down to the most recent low, if that plays out all the way through, then it may change the picture of how things go. Currently, I'm thinking that because of past support, horizontal support and resistance, it will be that we defeat many people who believe in a bearish thesis at the minute when prices open and close a 4 hour at $217. But with this 50 period moving average on the daily time frame and the 382 on that same Fibonacci coming in at around 212, 210, that sort of area, it may only be that you need a 4 hour up and above here. So as and when price action reaches something like this 230 and that, if it may then still come back to these sort of areas, and so the 216s, 217s would not be as relevant at that point. And yep, this is mostly about the 618 at that stage. Does this recover this 236? Does it hold it on the daily at 191? And then if it does, you're looking at 260, 250, 260, 270. And today, Tuesday, the 20th. Not bad, right? Not bad. It'll be fun to watch it, and it'd be great if we could come back here and say, well, on those days, Rocky got better. He got to 10,000 subscribers. Tradespotting continued on in Rocky's tradition of calling prices to the fucking cent, and even when markets were closed. And then prices recovered to 236 on the daily. They went on up to the 618. They did that towards the end of the week, and we could say, yeah, Tradespotting on tour, right? Mumble TA on tour, entitled CUNT on tour. We did Jackson's stream for Monday before market open. We did with Rocky yesterday, Rocky today, and perhaps again tomorrow. We'll see. If not, maybe I'll be able to get Ape Andy on. And then Thursday, I'm doing a stream with, I think, Houston Wade, the Masked Investor, Short the VIX, and perhaps Rogue or somebody else. I'm not sure. I only saw the conversation last night, which was like, I was very tired. But and I'm joined the WhatsApp, the little Twitter group with the guys, and that's well good fun. So hopefully we're going to have that on Thursday, and then the Mumble TA on tour is going to be all over this shop. GME, GME. Why did Jack Gill get that? You don't need that deleted. That was a perfectly acceptable message, Jack. I'm undeleting it for me so I can see it, Jack. Thank you. Bing bong, the likes are wrong. Hit like. Oh wow, we've not got the likes again. Sheesh. Yeah, I did that video yesterday, and somebody told me about the looks and likes, and I checked on it, and I was like, what's that all about? People don't like me. They're forgetting. People are forgetting to hit like, even if they want to. And I had to stream and did it. It was only 37 minutes. Planning on doing it for an hour. Could have chucked more information in there and people would have learned and liked it and appreciated it. But there just wasn't any likes. And I'm sorry to be like that. But people are going to have to remember. People are going to have to remember to hit like, you know. And that's true. You do have to remember to hit like. And I am super grateful. And so is Rocky for all the members and everybody who does everything to support us. It's really appreciated. And those people who do that, I'm not talking to you when I say we need more of it. We need more of it at the right times to boost the channel, the interactions and the engagements. We need more. So if you're just sitting there lurking, thinking, this is great, look at all this value on offer and that, and it's true, you're given something by watching. Think what you could do for the channel, even if it doesn't mean getting involved in chat, because it would really help. It would help loads. And Shane, who's been making clips for Tradespotting, put one out yesterday and was like, oh, I shouldn't have made that because you made one. It's like, nah, make it, man. Make all of them. Loads of people will see that. They won't see mine and vice versa. And like over a period of time, they'll all get drawn back to it. And then all of it's about GME, and never stop doing that, man. So if Shane's watching here, then please keep it up, and I'll just speak to him on my show later if he's there. Hasn't T-Man lost all his credit for endorsing Apefest? Literally, like your thoughts on this. You and Rocky are the only people I trust on YouTube. Lol. I don't know about this Ape Fest thing. Like people have said to me, "What about this Ape Fest here? What about this Ape Fest there?" And that. And I was like, "What is this fucking? What is this thing? Eh? Like, what is it?" Um. Sorry, I know that they almost blew his channel. Yeah, his channel got taken down and put back up in that, and that was like something I felt was like totally well out of order. Right, whatever went on there was totally out of order, and I can tell you, I've spoken to the guy. I've been on a stream with him before, and I can tell you he's a really nice guy. Like he's a really good guy. Right, so that's like how I felt from. That's my impressions, and that's like definitely how I feel about him. As regard to this Ape Fest thing, I ain't actually seen any of that stuff. And people asked me about it. I was like, what is this? You might have noticed it was in here, in this chat box where I first heard about it, about Friday or something. Or Thursday, maybe. I can't remember. And I was having a laugh with H. Jones about what is this thing, eh? Like, and why have I not been invited to it, whatever it is? And when is it? And then I found out that it was like happening, like the date for it when all was organised. Or like maybe would have been, I don't know, right? I actually don't even know this. Which I thought was a bit strange because, like, the date for the MOAS has been organised yet. So I was like, how does it? I just didn't know how that was supposed to work, right? Because it's going to obviously celebrate. I thought it would have been celebrating the squeeze, but the squeeze didn't happen. So I just don't know how that went down. And then I saw other people having conversations like, oh, we can't have Ape Fest because then people will be celebrating the destruction of the financial system and we'll look bad. Look, I don't give a flying fuck what people think I look like. I'll celebrate that we've made the right decision. I don't give two shits if bad people have led to negative consequences because of their actions. That's not on us. That's not on me, right? I've said months ago now where we're going, we'll need an appetite for financial violence. That's not a joke. We need to change shit. You're not going to do that in some sort of silk duvet. Fuck off, right? This is the way it happens. There will be bad news. We will bring things down in order to rebuild it the way it should always have been. Eh? Right? So don't come at me with some stupid fucking argument about how we can't celebrate what we've done because it will be seen as celebrating like bad things. Tough luck for those people. You know, we were the ones who took a stand. And when we come back from the fight, are they going to say that it was our fault? Are they fuck? You know? Sorry, Rocky's got a headache, so I'm going to pull that back a little bit, right? So, like, that's the strength of feeling I have. It's against people who'll come at me with that argument. As with regards to Ape Fest, I don't know who the fuck it is or what the fuck it is, right? And then as regard with TMI, I like the guy. He's a nice guy. YouTube. Blah, 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 blah. Outcrop YouTube equals Pi-Fi, short for Pickle Finance. And Reddit name is Coconut Pi-Fi. There's the other channel you want to be checking out is Tradespotting. And on Reddit it's called Tradespotting. On YouTube it's called Tradespotting. Wrong channel, Jimmy. Lol. Yeah, sorry. Wrong channel. Streamlabs, please, Jamie, please refrain from screaming in caps constantly. Is Ape Fest bad for collusion reasons? I don't think so, I don't think so. Like, what? I don't think so. Like, traders phone each other up and tell each other all sorts of things. How are we not allowed to... I'm talking about people in banks and brokers. How can we not go to a party where we play music? Like, that side of it, I don't think is a problem. What I always thought was a nice idea would be, and I don't know, right? This is not on me, and I'm not here, or like, there's nothing monetarily in it for me, so I'm certainly not like pushing anything. But I thought an idea would be that all the different streamers who cover AMC and GME, and all the different people who contribute music and graphics and memes and things could all get together in some huge online stream where we broadcast it all over the world so people don't have to go anywhere during times of COVID, and we celebrate like what we're trying to do together in some free way. And then you could have like a donation type of idea, like we try and raise money for things, and you could have like one of these things a month, and it could raise money for like, I mean, you could just like, you know, there's all sorts of fucking things, eh? That's what I would like, something like that. Anyway, huddle for Harambe. Yo, there you are, buddy. Wishing you a speedy recovery, Rookie. Get loads of good things. Save the Jamie Rants for Tradespotting. This is a master's education class here. Sorry, Merrick. I do educate people too. Jamie Rants, am I white noise that put me to sleep? Okay. Anyway, I did the TE on GME, right? So I could close that as a clip. Did that there, and it's got my 8 face thoughts in it, and it's got positive thoughts about the people that are getting shit on the internet. You know, they're just trying to live their life, right? People can make something that may at some stage, and I'm not saying it is myself, be deemed to be a mistake. Nah, so what? It's fine. People who pushed 8 Fest were Matt Kors and Trey's Trades. They've got a huge audience. They push things like that, and they make far more money off it than anyone else. I heard a rumor, or it's allegedly true, that Matt Kors was doing $1,000 meet and greets at 8 Fest. You know, so if you've got a problem with that idea, which I have, and you've got a problem with the idea of 8 Fest, which lots of people do, and you think that the people who are pushing it the most are perhaps those most responsible or accountable to you, then the people you want to be talking to about this aren't Tradespotting, who was never invited, right? And never would be invited to this kind of thing. I'm never even it takes a loads to even get invited or be allowed to be on somebody else's YouTube channel. I'll never get invited, right? When the truth is that there should be a fucking stand up there that people like me, people like you, can come up and scream at. Like, and people can go and fucking watch that person scream about how pissed off they are for a while and how their lives have changed. That'd be, you know, the people you want to direct your anger at aren't Tradespotting, right? It's people that have got a huge audience, like Trey's Trades and Matt Kors, who rather than give Jamie Curran, Tradespotting, who contributes so much value to this movement, a hand up onto the table. And some of their audience members who would appreciate my content, rather than lift me up, they'll spend their time talking about 8 Fest, right? So you work out what that's all about, right? Because they both know I exist, and they both know the stuff I do, and their greater social group, you know, like are people that I've also been on streams with and chatted to. Yeah, I'm a degree of separation away from these sorts of areas and that. Whereas I'll never tell you, you know, the true value of AMC is only $25. I'll never go on national television and say something about the stock that causes the value to go down. That would never happen. And like these people would benefit from having me on their channel because I am very good at technical analysis. So I'm free anytime Trey or Matt wants to invite me on their channel, and I'll be nice and they'll probably like me at the end of the conversation, and we can talk all about GME, and their audience would appreciate it. I know they would, and the truth is that they would benefit from it as much as I would, because I've got shitloads of credibility, because real recognizes real, and the people that are in this movement that are doing it really pushing the feverish cults laden, the ones that get all the shit when they're talking about it, the ones that this is hardest for, right? They're in this not for money, but to change the world. Right, real recognizes real. The greatest. Why buy a ticket to an event when you can buy more shares? What is it? You had to buy tickets. I don't know how it went. I know that there was something about full refunds though, which I don't know, but I read that and thought positive. Right, that's positive. Whew. Anyway, right, so I did that. That's my conversation about that over. Right, I'll have that again, I imagine, but like that's what I think. AMC 38.39. What a nice number. We're on the daily time frame. Shall we work down from here? Now we'll work up from 50 minutes. That's what we've been doing. Oh, Dragon's down there. This is Rocky's chart here. I'm sure I had. I'm sure I had. Oh, look, tasty buys. Tasty buys. Oh, support. What's going on? There's so many indicators on here. I just want that just now. 15 minutes. Did I just move something there? Let me check. Yes, I did. Silly me. Right, and I didn't get back a chat in with chat, so I feel like maybe I've just unloaded on you all there, and I don't mean to unload on everybody like that. that was my feelings, and people had asked me, and I tell you what they are. I don't mean to feel like I'm shouting at you, or I'm unloading on you, or I'm trying to make you feel bad. I don't care, right? I don't care about this 8fest. I don't care about anybody else's channel, right? I care about everybody here who's tuned in now, or who tunes in later, who's supporting Rocky, who is like trying to change the world by investing in things like GME and AMC that can change the world. Like people who are trying to make a positive difference. And I care about you guys, and I'm really enthusiastic about what we're doing. I'm so enthusiastic about seeing this straight up looks like Hekinishi candles, straight up 31 to 38. Like that's amazing. That 20% plus, right? You're doing that. Having come in, look, you've been here before, right? This is unlikely your very first stop here, and you can see that this came in and it touched this support line where Rocky had drawn in perfectly, and it's going up here. Where it's going to, this is only half of the move so far. Like it's amazing that it's managed to go beyond the 50-period moving average there, simple moving average, without even testing it and go straight to the 200. I started this whole thing watching Matt and Mo Money. Outgrew them fast, found you guys, and have been tapping up as much knowledge as possible since. But not everyone wants to learn, and many can't recognize they need to. Yeah, it's true, not everybody wants to learn, and Rocky and I unfortunately fall into this gap, which is called actually knowing your shit, which doesn't work so well on YouTube. What works better on YouTube is not knowing your shit at all, and learning it as you go really little stupidly, so that everybody else who's watching actually understands, right? Because this is difficult, it's complicated. 90% of people who do this get liquidated and destroyed within 6 months. And the people that are drawn to do it in the first place are among the highest percentile of intelligent people in the world. Yet the vast, overwhelming majority of them can't even last a year at it. So what you really need to be is starting off in crap and learning as you go, and then being like, oh, look at this, and drawing it in a stupid way, and then people will be able to understand the basics and that. Whereas like I've got comments, and I go on other people's streams too, and people are like, I've got no idea what he's saying because he's mumbling. I can't understand it in between his mumbles because is he speaking a language other than English as well? And then when it comes to the actual things he's doing, I've got no clue what it is or why he's doing it. So why would it be interesting? And it's like, you're not cut out for it, mate, right? You're not cut out for it. Way off and watch like some other crap, right? Way and watch some other crap because this is too difficult for you, right? If that's the sort of attitude people have when you tell them stuff, they're like, oh, well, I don't understand. He's going to have to make it much easier for me. It's like, well, nah, not really. It's like, this isn't just something that can be made really, really easy. So no matter how incompetent or stupid you are, you'll be capable of it. No, this is very difficult. Not only do you need to be really good at it, you also have to be quite intelligent to get good at it. Now, I'm not saying I'm super amazing smart, but I'm not going to, deform my back that I have to bend that low to help people. I'm doing everything here, right? I'm doing everything. So is Rocky. Rocky does it even better than me, explaining things in a way. And like Merrick says, this is a master's class, right? It's not primary school or preschool or nursery or whatever it is. Other end of the scale. Chris Chambers, these YouTubers, unlike Shop and Rocky, are other end of the scale. I like having you guys to ourselves and not these other YouTubers. Yeah, everyone likes having us to themselves, but also it's like not sustainable to do this level of effort and this level of quality with this size of an audience. It has to get bigger, right? Rocky needs to get an audience that's probably 5 to 10 times the size of his regular audience here for it to be sustainable for him. Otherwise, he'll have to stop. And 6 months ago, I was talking to Rocky about his channel saying, Rocky, we're going to have to go and do this other stuff that we've been planning on doing because this stuff right now, it's you're trying to help people and it's costing you too much in your life. And when you look back on your life, it'll have cost you infinite amount of opportunities. And you're so capable, you need to be doing other things and that. And he was like, no, I'm doing this. I'm going to make it work. So I hope it does because the truth is, he's like, people say like, oh, YouTubers super chat, this and that. Truth is, like, no, it's the other way around. MB Campisi, $20. Holy crubble. Huddle for MB, my favorite dating site is Screwfix. Hi, Dad. If you can PC, get well, Rocky. Yes, get well, Rocky. And the only way to do that isn't to take more and more off the same people. It's to get a bigger audience. So we need you guys to not treat it like a secret. We need you guys to think, if I want this secret to persevere, if I want to have this and keep it, then I need to tell other people about it and that, so that it gets to a level. It doesn't have to be Matt Kors. It doesn't have to be trades. Those people are making millions of pounds a year. It doesn't have to be that. It just has to be the equivalent of, or approaching the equivalency of what you would get if you were doing a normal job. Never mind something that you might have worked, like Rocky has done, spent his whole life getting qualifications, very good ones, so that he could do all sorts of different jobs. And so thanks so much, Daniel. Thanks so much, Make and PC, and thanks their huge donations and that. But that's not the point I was making. It was more about spreading the love so that other people know about it. And the truth is, like, if you could help us, it would be appreciated, because we spend an awful huge chunk of our time trying to spread the word ourselves. And really, it's like, these things don't work when it's you doing it yourself. Like, no one believes you for a start when you say, I'm good. And secondly, I hate saying I'm good. And then also, it's like, I can only say it so many times, whereas thousands of people could be saying it hundreds of times, and that would work. Ellen Feely, hello. And all these people that I say things about, like, they're not bad, right? The truth is, it's good to get people on the table who lift them up in that. I mentioned you on both Word and Abandoned Discord. Some people are going to and have started checking you both out. Oh, thanks, mate. P-Funk. Awesome. That sort of stuff's amazing, because I don't even know where everything else is. Really interesting. Do you have like a UK type Jim Cramer that steals the show? We don't have a UK Jim Cramer, and if we did, he'd be called Rocky and Jamie. We don't have one. We used to have a show on Sundays in Britain. What was that called with the guy? Whoa, Rocky's got 10,000 subscribers. Yes. Yes. Thanks so much, everybody.
Thanks, everyone.
Well done. We should go and sleep now, Rocky. Wow, Rocky got 10,000 subscribers. Rocky and Jamie deserve support. Spread the word. Thanks. Oh, Grace. That's very generous of you to do that with that donation. Okay, then I'm in trouble now. How am I going to figure any of this out? I eat crayons. Come on, man. Lol. Baby, Rocky, you get better. And heal up real fast, buddy. We miss you already. Pray for Rocky. Andy A. Ah, that's awesome. You see, that one didn't rhyme, and I still managed to read that out terribly. Did you see that, Andy? Like, I read out all your message badly somehow, and that one's not even a poem, and I still managed to totally read it like I had a car driving down my throat. When Ambo, yeah, 10,000 members. That is amazing. That's amazing. I still feel a t-shirt coming on. Rocky Outcrop, congrats, Rocky. Congrats, Rocky, you legend. And I get to be here when it's happening too, so I get to feel part of the moment. Yes. Wow, it's fucking awesome. Congratulations, Rocky. There's a donation as well for Rocky. Also, have you and Rocky ever had a TA off competition? Like to hear of any such stories. Also, bing bong. We haven't. Rocky's dead against it. We do team TA stuff though, which we're thinking of making a show around. Rocky and Jamie, thanks for everything. I have learned so much from you too, and it's already changing my life for the bear. I've watched so many of your educational videos. Really appreciate everything. Congrats on 10K. Yes! And so many of you are also in my audience, and thanks so much for supporting Rocky. And most of my audience is in Rocky's, so thanks so much for supporting me. Wow, congratulations. Look at all those amazing things. Jamie, just joined in. TA on GME. Yes, I did some. I even made a clip of it. You'll probably have to go back like 15 minutes to get it, and there'll be like good TA on GME. It's all really easily digestible, and I made it super simple, despite the conversation I've had since about how our stuff is somehow inaccessible, but that stuff's dead easy. Congratulations, Rocky. Hope you feel better. 10K with celebrity Ambo. Yeah, he did kill the Ambo. Master Bilbo, you love you, man. Adolfo Harambe says, lots of hearts. Why was that deleted? That's a perfectly legit one. Spamming symbols. We like the symbols. Huddles for Harambe is 1 second timeout. How'll they ever get over it? Upvote the stream, y'all. Algo will push it up for more exposure. That would be great. And all the comments now, because of the 10K and whatnot, might mean that YouTube's algorithm's like, hey, people in this one really enjoying themselves, so maybe you'd get more subscribers. And where we are now, we'll look at GME. Shall I do some AMC TA? No, because that'll slow everything down, and everyone will be like, no, let's not congratulate Rockies. We have to keep congratulating Rocky because he's in chat with you. And it's Naked's up 15% now, huh? Epiphany Jones, $10. Guitar outside, 10 for 10K. Well done, well soon, brother. Thanks. Epiphany Jones, $10 for 10K. Rocky feeling better and showing the best community in the world. Yeah, which you guys are. You guys are. And it is. It's an amazing community. So proud of them. Outcrop, did you gain any new subs and members during and after your talk with Houston Wade and Jackson Hunter? Yes, he probably did. I can't remember. We didn't talk about it exactly, like, in that mercantile sense. Most of the conversations we had after Rocky was talking to Jackson and again also with Houston was how nice they were and how nice it was for them to be like up for doing streams with him. Like those two are so nice guys. Like Jackson is like solid gold guy and Houston Wade is like a titan with a huge brain. 17% now, is it? Oh, we love the naked nakes. We love the naked nakes. Naked nakes. Right, we'll go do some naked TA, right? We got naked on a particular list here. Is it in stonks? I don't see naked on Rocky's chart. Naked on his chart is naked. It's naked on his list of charts, Jamie. Yeah, Rocky did have it on his chart. That was a good call there, Rocky. You cover the 50, move above the 100, straight into the sale. Meet this line. That's some good TA Rocky's got on here. So reached naked's come up, it's done. That's exactly as Rocky said it would do. It's moved from 0.4790 to 0.519 so far. That particular move is 23.6%. Met resistance, good call, Rocky. Met resistance. As you would expect at this level before it dropped down. Let's check that out. Fibonacci. Let's take it from this high to here. 236 was nothing. All the way to the 0.5. Dink! I suspect that you would see some sort of a pullback retest 5.6 or in about those areas, and then next area you're looking to is up at the 66666, and I remember calling that myself on my channel. So there's your TA between those two things. Fibonacci, the EMAs, the support and resistance on the horizontal time frames, horizontal levels on different time frames. So you can see that 50 minutes clearly on the hourly without even needing to click it. But then you do, you can also see that it's clearly on the 2 hour as well, which you need to click it, and then you do, and then you're like, well, now it comes down to, is it on the 4 hour? And you look at it there and you're like, yes, there it is. It's touching the 4 hour resistance. Open and close a 4 hour above that. Inside, top side of this demand line. Prices will then start moving back up. You're aiming at the 618 Fibonacci here at 6.2, and then you're at, look like I'm saying, as you're all going on all the sixes. And then what you're really looking for naked to do before you can get real. I mean, you get excited on a 20% move. Of course you can, right? But you can't trade options and that in it, so it's not going to perhaps not going to have changed your life, especially because it's running back to targets where it's been at before. So what you're really looking for on this thing is we'll get excited when it's above 7, 9, and 8, and at that point, then we'll be talking about testing this high again. Perhaps it comes back another retrace and then on. But that's what you do when you're climbing out of the gutter, which is what naked's been doing. As you can see, this is I don't know if it was me or Rocky that drew this. It must have been Rocky, right? Because I didn't look at this yesterday. So, ignoring the VPBR, but seeing it on this 4-hour time frame, it's really obvious inverted head and shoulders. The way I draw head and shoulders to see if they're working or not is like take the breakdown points, the shoulders. See, this all matches up with the way I would do it. It gives you more than 50% chance of success, whereas head and shoulders at the best of times themselves are only 40. And you combine it with the RSI, whereas the RSI, well, we've got this one here from Caretaker, which is fantastic. Yes, it's got the divergence you need in all senses. So yeah, this will probably work out in the measured move on that. What is it? Maybe Rocky's drawn this on his chart somewhere. It's huge, this. Takes it up to around 4, 3, let's call it like 3.4. So is this going to go to 3.4 from here and test this resistance? Well, maybe not right from here. But yeah, it is. It is going to go there. It's going to go to 4. And that's nothing, right? That's nothing. This is such a good trade. Anyway, right, there's your naked. What else are we going to do? AMC. Come back a bit yet? Not 389, 389, 390. Is that up yet? Is it up at the 40? Did it touch 40 yet, guys? Oh, storming up there. 15 minutes. Yeah, I covered this. There we go, right? This is it. Getting right up for Rocky's target. So this gets up to $50. Holy goodness. Oh my goodness. No way. It has to stop at certain levels. This is the one you're looking for, right? 42.86. 42.94. 42.50, call it. You're looking for that. It'll touch it. There's, I think, the tiniest of gaps. This is what we were talking about yesterday. There's the tiniest of gaps before there. 42.30. That sort of region. It's headed straight for that. It's closed this gap, it's touched this area. Like, this is a normal level where you would expect to see pullbacks. And it's done so much that it's going to have some, right? So here it's just, it just did it as I said it. That's funny. There, and if not there, and then you've got this line, right? Now that's probably also drawn in as part of Fibonacci. This will be the 236, this will be the 618, and it'll have drawn it in recently. Let's see then if that's the case. Is that not the high then? Yeah, it's not the high. Yeah. That one, that one, that one. This breakdown, and this breakdown. So I suppose from all of those, the same way we did with GME, if we just start with the smallest and say from here, covered 236, went to 618, up to the one, up to that full retrace on that. So if it was, say, the next breakdown point you'd be taking would be from here, and your 236 was at the same place as the 50 period moving average, 35 above that, and it was 250 in the 200. Then this area here at the 0.5 and 618 is up at 41.78. So that's where you're looking to recover. On the way to $50, $49.50, 41.78, 41.50. It may well be that you touch that and bounce back down again. It would be nice now to see it test these things. Now, I say it's counterintuitively, it's nice to see it like go backwards because you want to see it put in strength. It started to do a tiny little touch from where we were seeing it there. Comes in, closes, maybe, sure, shucks, maybe this isn't a green candle and it closes below that moving average. That's still absolutely fantastic. we've got a good gap of that, right? We've got a gap over that one, right? I see that was the retest of this sort of area, and then this is support and resistance horizontally. Yeah. So in the 15 minutes, it looks like you might see some rebase and pricing, like putting in a little bit of a camp there and testing things on hourly. This hour closes 20 minutes. If it does us anything above 37.50, that's fantastic, and it likely does. It likely does it above 38.50 too. I don't see it doing an hourly close this hour or even necessarily next hour above 40. But once it gets to 41, 42, then it's a quick. Could then be again a quick jump up to 49. That sounds crazy, but that's because it is, and that's AMC. That's AMC looks good, looks strong. That's a positive touch there. Let's get this back and see. Look at all that bullish divergence at the bottom. It's coming up now, touched in the overbought zone. Not really though. This is strengthening momentum. This is perfectly healthy. It's broken through that. Oh, this is good move. You know, this closing on the hourly like that was looking for just. That's very good. Yes, this is where it's going. This moving average is coming in to meet what is Rocky's zone. I don't know if it was here. It wouldn't have been. He would have drawn that at least when he was last on, which would have been. So it couldn't possibly have been here. This zone couldn't have possibly have been at the same moving average. But now it's moved there. It seems that a lot of things agree with Rocky, including this indicator. So let's see prices make it right up there. And at that point, it's like, you know, honestly, Rocky should have his own TV show, right? At that point. JPM, we said it was likely a hit. Where were we looking at this yesterday? Where are my drawings? Oh my goodness, where are my drawings? I don't know where my drawings are. Jamie. Well, you'll have to tell me was I right about this. I said it was dangerous to go short on this thing, that it'd probably come back up. I imagine that's what it's done, and I imagine this is the same. Yes, right. Closed the gap, it's come back up, it's done this sort of thing right now. There's some other great TA on banks. Right, in case you thought that all I could do it was on meme stocks. 20% naked. Look at these boxes that things are in. Amazing. What's Rolls Royce doing? Oh, it's had a nice wee boost. Did look like a good buy then, did it? Oh, I think it did. Some more good TA. Why are all my drawings? There's drawings here, but they're not mine. This is unusual. So we've done GME, AMC, naked. We've briefly looked at other things. Ape Andy's recent video rumored that big banks are restricting hedge funds' client access. I was a bit confused what was being said. Any thoughts again? Just a rumor, but he has some ties. He does have some ties, yes. They are doing that, yes. Hedge funds are restricting certain clients' access, depends on their collateral. And then private banks, which I would have people who know lots of people who work at, like, I don't mean investment banks, I mean private black card banks, that they're also in a similar situation. But what does it mean? What does it mean? It's all like, you know, it's like downstream news here. We're in the middle of something, but what is it? I was a bit confused what was being said. I haven't seen this. Has Apandy got a video out today? I haven't seen it yet. I've been, like, I only woke up really late today because I was up really late again. And I spoke to Apandy this morning, as I do most mornings, just to say hi and tell him if he's doing well and stuff. But I haven't actually talked about anything related to the stonk or seen his video yet. I came straight here when I got up, had to cat fed, did a couple of chores that I really needed to do, came to see Rocky, check that he was okay, and then jumped straight into this thing. So I haven't seen any other videos. Rocky, Jamie, could you look at Royce even though you did RR just to help my ticky head? Yeah. Ugh. It's done the same thing. It's got a gap. Up at 130, it's currently 126. Not bad. 3 or 4%. Looks like it's guaranteed to go up to 133 at the minute. It does have gaps. It doesn't always fill them on these time frames. See, this has not got the same sort of volume on it, so let's take it off of 15 minutes where it's useless. Right. VPVR line of control 145 comes in at your similar level where your horizontal support and resistance will be. And if I was to put on the 1 hour time frame the Dantian channels, yeah, there they are, sweet. At center line 134 is the top. I expect us to move there again. That's also why I see that there. Normally you'd touch this, as you can see. If it fails, this would be the time to do it from here. Been in a pattern of doing that. That's consistently been on the 1 hour time frame that its lower highs have come in at the center line on the Dantian channels when it's gone for a test of them having previously traced down on the lower side. And this is a 15-minute chart. Doesn't show much of a recovery. It's just coming up to test the breakdown level at around 130. So that's possible. On the 4 hour, this is a bullish engulfing candle though. So it looks like positive. Well, actually, with that wick, yeah, still engulfing. If it can also come up and close that gap, would it do that on the end of this 4 hours? Got 1 hour 29 minutes left. Possibly. I wouldn't bet on it, but possibly. As I say, it does that even on the hourly. So let's go up. That's a 4 hour, sorry. Let's go up, look at it on daily, see what we're seeing. Right, it came out, opened, gap down. Not great day today. Bullish engulfing so far. Up, close that gap. Very positive. It will do that because it'll test this breakdown zone at some point. That wick out of it is unlikely to be the test. It's more likely the body close in around here. 130, 131. It's 130 on the other chart, so keep it like that's 130 anyway. Well, it's not. It's 131 if it's there. That's where it is. 130 it says. Okay. So it's not that much. Not. Ape Andy called into the chat. Where is Ape Andy? He's in the chat there. Where is Ape Andy? Ape Andy Lee, you helped me a lot. Thank you for being a great guy. There, is that Rocky saying that? Ha, yeah. Damn right, Ape Andy. We wanted to do a stream with Ape Andy Monday. So we were so excited about it. 3 of us were chatting on the phone, on the voice, hands-free, laughing, chatting about how we're going to do a video Monday, and then Rocky got sick. And Bestly plans to mention Rocky subscriber is now officially 10k. Andy, you legend. You're such a nice guy. We should make you an honorary moderator around here just because of who you are. Add moderator. There you go. I caught you, Andy. You can't escape. I've made you a moderator. Haha. Hey, I did it. Andy, Ape Andy, I love you, buddy. Yeah, so Rolls Royce looks like it's got a recovery on the cards. May have started not. Let's see. This potentially has to come up here and do something decent for this to be confirmed. No, there is no real confirmation there other than to say yes, but that's quite far back. You know, nearly a year, 6 months you're looking for this one. Still. This breakdown. RSI here. Woo woo. Well done on 10k, Rocky. Damn right, well done. If you're just tuning in, Rocky's hitting 10k. He's also got septicemia, so any well wishes his way will be very gratefully received by him, I'm sure, right? 130. 130. What's this going to do? I mean, it can do like it's caused now put in a lower low, right? It's a question of how low does it go, and that low will be measured on this retracement. From here to here, it needs to recover 135. Oh, sorry, $1.35. 1.35. Needs to recover 1.35. It needs to do it. Hopefully, you know, it doesn't need to, but we'd like to see it on a 4 hour open and close above that level. At which point you'd then be saying, well, we've put in a low. It's a lower low. Now we need to do the game of, is it going to be a lower high or a higher high? And are we in flux or are we still trending? And on the first pass, what tends to happen is you get a lower high because you've just had a lower low, and then you come back and see if you get a higher low. And that's how you end up putting in things like W patterns or V-shaped recoveries if you don't get the second test, or pincer moves, any of these sort of things, right? You see that evolving from these tests of trend, which we define using higher highs and higher lows, right? Because it's either up or down your trend. And it's your friend until the end of the trend. Even if it's going down, it's your friend in that it'll tell you what's going on. It's not going to screw you until it changes. And when it's changing, it usually gives you some hint of that. Not getting it here yet, but this might be the start of something. So we'll see. But it needs to recover that area. After which you're looking, it could easily go and do like the full move. People will be excited about it. Take it all up to 160, and the truth is that it still wouldn't have broken that structure. It still wouldn't have changed that market trend, and you'd want to see it then put in a higher low if it wasn't going to put in first a higher high, which would people would say that would be around 167, but to definitively say it happened, you'd want to be testing up at 180, and it likely would do some sort of wick test up there and trap people if it were short-term traders thinking that they could enter at that level, and then they may be underwater and not on any sort of a retest. And breaking out of these sort of patterns does necessitate some work from someone somewhere. So we'll see what happens. I'm not going to be doing it. I'd much rather enter at these sort of areas, right? Lows and new lows, and that on a long-term trade, of something that's real value, then these are the sort of places you enter. It doesn't have to do like as we've seen with Naked, with it's now it's up 17.5, right? It doesn't have to do that as soon as you buy it for you to be rich, right? You let your winners run and stuff. And Rolls Royce on 90, you can see on its actual LSE ticker. What's with this? Times, you're not getting your countdowns the same because, well, it's Britain in it and it's 5:30. Right, 15 minutes here. Markets have closed on this in Britain. In that touch of that top downchain channel. It's above these moving averages. This is like a positive inflection. It's perhaps put in a bit of low there. There's positive, lots of bullish divergence. We talked about this recently. It's come down, done an W bottom or an inverted head and shoulders. You're looking for this to go from here on up to 167, right? That's the sort of move you're looking on this. And we did draw on actual trade, I think, on this another day, and it's not here, so this one will probably go away too. But these sort of areas, this would probably be your now your retest, and then you'd have your stop loss beyond that one there. I mean, the trade I was talking about yesterday was perhaps something, I don't know, right? It was more likely it was something in and around here, right? It was probably this. I'd have to watch the video back, but if going by the other things I called yesterday, it was probably like absolutely amazing. Anyway, whatever, right? Point being, you could still do something similar if you get that entry. There's your stop beyond that area. Some people would be putting it down here and that. And if you trade this and you're holding it for a long time, maybe you don't need a stop really. And you're aiming on this, you might take profits at 94. You can work out the equivalent levels on. Haven't seen me do these two together. Like there's your support and resistance on the 15-minute time frame. It's actually from like the 9th of July, and so that's a similar on the other chart, and you'd be looking for that sort of a move, right? That's look at that, it's a 5-to-1 move already, and that's just like taking profits on a trade that you might actually be looking to see. Well, let's see if it tests the top area here in around 100, 105, 106, right? You got 10% easy on your there. This is easy trading this, right? This is so easy. Also, like I say, old people trade this, right? So nothing's going to happen too quickly without you noticing. There's where you'll get, and you've still not even changed market structure, right? You're still in downtrend. Everything's still negative in some people's minds, and you're up like 15% or something. And you could still do a fake out right up to these top of these green areas, 116. That's the sort of thing that would actually be like a trade that I've been looking at for a while now. And then you go up the time frames, 2 hour. You got this sort of structure on the go. You've got this head and shoulders underneath. It's like so obviously coming up to test around 116. Right, it's gonna. I'll see you then. If I'd made a clip, I'd have hit end right there. Right, so I've covered most things. What have I not covered? I'll tell you what, we covered Bitcoin. We said it was going to go down. What happened to Bitcoin? Right, so we can call things to the top side and downside, it turns out. Here we are. 29. Did it get any upside before that? struggled. 31 couldn't recapture 31. We said it would make touch that. That's where it's managed to make it to. Was that where we were already on? Was that what 15 minutes say? What was yesterday? Yesterday we were saying, where was it? Here? Might go up again. Test 31. Where did it get to? 31. Ha! And then it went down. 29.215. Right, cool. This isn't the Jamie calls it right show, although it just happens to be. Let's see, where is this a new low? No. And no. Oh yeah, we already looked at the 4 hour. Whoops. Whoopsie. Go away, please. Thanks. Right. So we've put in a no low. So like this, no, we've not put it in yet. This obvious line here. This is what people are going to go right, and they're going to cry so bad when it breaks. Why is that funny? I don't know. It's lucky it didn't break down more here. That's the truth. You know, you've looked at a couple of things with me today that looked like that, and this didn't quite have it. And neither did this on the other side have what you would have wanted to have seen, so that's not right. In fact, what this is this is what this is here. This is called a gash channel, which is real gash, and sure, right. Some people might say it's like a channel, like it's, and I'm sure it is to a degree a channel, but actually that's maybe a fake out, and maybe it's like that. And yeah, sure, this might be bullish formation, but it's not really. It's not actually. It might actually be more like this here, like either a standard channel, which it could well be, or it's like a broadening awful rank wedge. Either way, these things that would normally, like, there is no measured move off this, right? There is no this may be fractionally more likely to go upside than downside, but that's not how you would trade it. Like this thing, you would look at the levels and you would say, well, when it's down here it's crap, and when it's up here it's better, rather than like, oh yeah, this is a buy and this is like perhaps like a hold. No, not with this. This is not playing that way. Weaken momentum on both sides, but it's far stronger at the downside, to be honest. If it ticks up, that's going to tick. If it picks up, that's going to pick up downwards. Not even any positive divergence in that. Right, you might get something back up to test at around 31.5 again. It's possible, because this is the sort of thing, right, that will, you know, trick people, and large accounts can wash people out of this so easy. This is such an easy place to do this. 31.5, 31.6, you might go up there, wash people out, touch the top of this Dungeon channel, and why is that on the 3 hour time frame? Oh my goodness, never spent time there. Where sure, that's your moving average then. 32.1. Nah, isn't. It's the basis line at 31.160. So you're probably not going to get above 31.160 again until such times as prices have maybe tested around 27, 26 on Bitcoin, and like, you know, for it to be safe, it has to get back above 35, and right, like, it may test up at that area, but it's not going to get back above there until it's tested lower, in my opinion, because everything is the way it is right now. There's GBTC is now definitively unlocked. There's thousands and thousands and tens of thousands of Bitcoins now available to trade that weren't previously. They're all going to be making their way to markets. You know, you could probably get those charts up and look at the money flow index. You could see with an indicator here how there's no, especially on the futures market, like the liquidity that's being added to one side. You could probably do a lot of that, right? You could even look at the like longs to shorts ratios and work out, oh, what does it look like here in terms of open interest and strike price, and where does the market seem to be putting their emphasis? And I can tell you from what I've seen already that it's down, that they're putting it down. And that, and the prices, what we talk about with this let's call it a failed retracement then. Let's say that's the failure there. That comes across with support and resistance on the left, like 26,000. And then below that, Rocky's already got lines in here, or else it was me yesterday, but I thought all my runs are disappearing, so I think it seems like in the 19,000, right? And then you can see on the way up here on the left, if you look left at 2,100 and at 17, there was areas. So that's what you're looking at on Bitcoin. It's not great. It's not great. But that doesn't mean that it won't be great. There will be some amazing buys. And Bitcoin is the future in loads of different ways. So it's already happening. Oh, there's a heist on in the background. Great, everybody's seen that. So that's Bitcoin. What did we say? Well, we said Link and Tezos were going to do worse. We're going to do the same similar deal, but worse. Link there is done what we said. This is Rocky's chart again. So why is it? It's different from mine. But yeah, Link did what we said it was going to do. And if Bitcoin does do some sort of temporary pullback, which it may well do, you could see something similar on these. They themselves have a touch of bullishness coming in there previously, and that could work out fine if it turns around, but it's not going to do it unless Bitcoin does. Tezos, same deal. It's got positive things about it, and that momentum's weakening. There's touches of divergence, and it could recover, but it'd have to recover in order to go on, obviously, and it would have to do it in the face of negative price action on Bitcoin. That's not going to happen, right? It's not going to happen because nobody is going to take their money, put it into Bitcoin or Ethereum, and then put it in an altcoin. And they're not going to do that, knowing that in order to get there, they have to go through an asset which is going to depreciate, and that's what Bitcoin looks like it's going to do. So in the short term, it doesn't look good. There's also backwardization on the Bitcoin chart. So, if you know what you're talking about, you know it's not good. So don't play this stuff, right? There will be entries where you'll be able, if you're stuck in Bitcoin, and that a lot of people that buy Bitcoin are hodlers forever, then the place to enter is down at 25, 26, if that's where we bounce. If not, it could go lower at 19, 18 or 17, and if that fails, well, you better hold on to your hats, because like there's gaps and it's scary, and you don't want to go down, right? You don't want it to look like GME is going to be more expensive than the price of Bitcoin. You don't want that to happen. And I'm not talking about MOAS. I'm talking about like just this is the price of Bitcoin right now, and here's the price of, you don't want that to be such a, if you're holding Bitcoin, you don't want those sort of comparisons being made, and they're going to start being made soon. So you want all these things need to turn around, and they're all related. They're all dependent on the banks, and when they've managed to stop putting out the FUD and the negative procedures that affect Bitcoin and collateralization with it, so that people can get more of it, and they're all doing that themselves, so they can own all of it. And this is obvious narrative. So that's everything. We've covered everything today. We've done everything. Thanks so much for everybody tuning in, keeping everything going with Rocky. The time is 5:30 in Britain, so the sun is disappearing. I've missed another day of that, but that's no problem. We'll be here with you. It was more fun anyway. I would have regretted that. Woke up this morning thinking, yes, back to work. And I've not had that feeling about, yes, back to work stuff for maybe forever, eh? Like a couple of times when I was doing like businesses and they were going successful. But apart from that, like it's never felt like something I've wanted to put my shoulder to. Knowing that it helps people is like such a big deal. And knowing that I'm standing in for Rocky gives it that extra motivation. So thanks for everything. Thanks for everybody. Probably missed shitloads of super chats. Like, don't hold it against me. It's Rocky's channel. You have to hold it against Rocky. Buy $10 for 10k. Congrats, Rocky. Oh, I've seen that one. So this maybe I haven't missed anything, unless that's not updated. But I don't know. Well, anyway, thanks very much. Everybody was really generous. It was incredible. I can roll credits and see it actually. Where's the credits rolling screen? And can I roll credits from a different screen? Oh, look at me. And there's chat there too. Stonks. What are the stonks doing as it happens? 184. Yes. I can't tell you how exciting it is. It's so amazing. It is really, really difficult to call price action. It's really, really difficult. And this is a hugely risky world. And I'm proud of myself. Yes. So great. This keeps happening. Then great news, right? And then fuck you to everyone who told me I was being over the top or I was wrong or I shouldn't have been saying that prices were going to turn around when they did. You know, the amount of shit I got from putting out with a positive message, you know, from people who believe in GME just because they're like, stop telling people this because if it doesn't happen, it's like, it's not about making shit. I'm not here making stuff up, right? I'm telling you what the charts tell me. What? Yeah, they're the ones making stuff up, and they're like, "Oh, don't follow the line. Don't follow the line." You're like, that line is definitive of what you and I are doing. That's us and what we're doing. It's a tiny touch of it. It's the most real version you'll ever see. Yeah, right. The price is wrong because of the way that they've got secondary books, the way that they've got dark pools, the way that they route orders, the way that they suppress the price. They've got their naked shorts. They hide things and failure to deliver. They've got out of the money calls. You know, it puts like everything gets washed through. We understand all these things, but we're trying to take control of our lives. We're trying to empower ourselves here, and we're doing it in a way that's verifiable, right? Everyone who watches along knows it's true. So, like, you know, you go out of your way to admonish people like me. All you're doing is making yourself look like a fat fucking idiot, a stupid, lazy bastard, right? There's so much that you could be doing in your life, and I'd be nice and put my help to, you know, everything I could for positive vibes for you out in the world, and I've done that for a number of people who've turned around and been like, "Oh, yes, you're doing this, you're an idiot." It's like, no, actually, mate, you're the idiot. You're the idiot. Hey, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. Yo, we're killing it out here. We're freaking killing it out here. I've been nice to Lou a number of times, comments on his videos saying nice things and that, and still people from his chat come and give me shit. So stupid, eh? Yeah, constantly saying, fact check me, fact check me, fact check me. Every single thing Rocky and I have done can be fact checked. It can be fact checked and it'll happen in front of your face. And sometimes we're talking about fact check this. Because in future, when it happens, look back and all you can do is fact check us and it's there and it's immediately obvious and it'll scream at you all the time. Whereas other people come up with stuff and they're like, fact check me, fact check me. And like, they know there's no way to fact check them. They're only trying to manipulate you because of their own egotistical beliefs. And they'll say things like, oh, YouTubers and oh, t-shirts. And it's like, mate, you're starting some sort of full-on TV channel thing, like this and that, and you've got adverts on your videos anyway. Who are you kidding? And like, don't fucking come at me, or I'll do more than just this. Is just me defending myself. Don't start saying crap, right? Or the truth is you'll lose. You'll lose that argument. I'll prove you'll lose it, mate. You'll lose it, and I'll make it entertaining the whole way too. And that, and you don't want to do that because we can all be friends, right? And that's the way it should be, because like you and I, we'd get on, right? So don't go around trying to diminishing what I do, because that person that you were talking about in chat and that I referenced there, that you and I would get on, right? So like, can we get on? 184.78. Boom! We're going up. We're going up. Bump, 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 up. 180, 90, 190, 195, 197. On we go. Yeah, on we go. Bing. I'm here for the T8, the message, and the curls. The curls, Rocky's curls. He's not here at the minute, and I've got no curls left. They're all chopped off. Daniel Sanch, you have my emphatic trust. But I know that humans also make mistakes. So far, you guys haven't, but I won't be angry when you do. Okay, don't be angry at me. Yeah, hopefully I'll have earned one or two mistakes by then. Let's see. And there's another $5 super chat. Daniel, you, my friend. You, Daniel, make everything worthwhile just on your own, nearly on your own. Thanks, Daniel. But that's not to say you are on your own, because there's loads of other people that are supporting, and it's brilliant. Thanks so much. You guys are awesome. And truth is, actually, like, despite what he says, right? That I know you're talking about him again there in chat, right? But despite what that guy says, I like him. I do. I think he's funny. I think he's like, I think we'd have a good time. I think he's a nice guy. But I also think that people shouldn't say things that make me look bad, because then I start a fucking fight with you, because that's who I am. Hey, hello. Don't do that. Okay, see you all soon. I'll be on my stream later for market close, hopefully. Haha, whoa, it'll be so exciting. What will we say there? Will we call price action again? Will we make another clip? What will we do? What will we do, chat? Will we have fun? Definitely we'll have fun. What will we do? We'll have some fun, eh? We'll have fun. Look forward to seeing you then. We'll have fun. Bye. Did I roll the credits? No, I'm still rolling. I'm going to roll the credits now. Hello again. It's me, Jamie from Tradespotting. I'm going to roll the credits. Where are the credits? Stream labels. See, you thought I was gone there, but I'm actually still here. Opening all the wrong programs. Remind me later, please. Sorry. Oh no, I just closed it. No, it'll still be there, right? It'll still be there because it hasn't restarted the session. Oh my goodness. Nope, that's Streamlabs. It's already open. No, that Streamlabels is opening. Oh my goodness. See. I've also got some of these lessons to learn. There it is. That's Daniel's message. So we've still got it. The credits on this screen. It says credits. Roll credits. Thanks for watching. Oh, it's too small for me to read it. Look at all those people that did stuff, Rich. Oh my goodness. I didn't realize it was so much. Oh my goodness. Look at those. Look at that support. That's incredible. I'm going to have to go through that again because that's incredible. You guys are amazing. 10K celebration. And Andy is now a moderator. Thanks for watching. Donor, Jorginho. Thank you much, Jorginho. Jose Jorginho? Why do I think that's your first name? I don't know. Daniel, thanks. Bravo, DeLorean, Duck, Paul Greasy, Christy Bordari, Ricardo, Evan A, I'm not a cat, totally not the FBI, MB Capacity, Autumn Grace, Andy A, Shay, Zach Supernova, Guitar Outside, Epiphany Jones, CC, Merrick, Katie Babes, Katie, Salamander, Forrest, and Lipton Inc. Whoa, I think I read them all. Thanks for watching. Thanks for donating. Thanks for supporting the channel. Super chats, donations, members. Such a big deal. The members thing. I know YouTube take a cut, but it's such a big deal. Like it's by far like the biggest thing you can rely on. I mean, you can't because people leave all the time, but like it's anyway, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Thanks everybody. What am I trying to even explain? Like you all know. Thanks so much. It really makes a difference. I know Rocky's like over the moon, especially the last couple of months. His life has changed, and if his health was better too, then wow, his whole life would have turned around, and soon it will be. Hopefully, fingers crossed. I don't want to say bye now, but I have to go. Thanks everybody. Thanks Daniel for those repeated donations like that. Thanks so much. Thanks everybody.